Hello, I am back today with UberChic Beauty's Got Chevron plate. And so let's quickly take a look at all of the different images for all your chevron needs. Any sort of chevrons you want, you've got them here. Okay, so let's take a little bit of a closer look. Okay, let's take a closer look. So this has, your standard chevrons like right here, just with any kind of color you want, boom. But then you've got these with little breaks in it that are kind of more like arrows, so you can mix and match that with arrow images. This one is, they're a little bit further apart, a little bit denser down here, so you've got kind of a gradient effect. This, of course, is really wide and goes across your nails. She gives you some kind of stripy chevron zigzags to go along with all of your different chevrons. This to me looks like almost like a brick pattern in a yard. This sort of almost looks like mountaintops to me. I think that that gives a different kind of like, or almost like jaws to me. And then you've got your pixelated ones here. So any kind of image that you're doing with other pixels, that would be a good mix and match. This kind of looks like frosting or the cool stuff that they put in your lattes. And there's another one, that one down there too, like when they do with the foam in the lattes. Very, very pretty there. This one has almost like an iCat feel. I never know. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I never know how to say it, but that has a similar feel. So you could layer it in different colors or mix and match with that kind of a design. This is very subtle, and I think this would be really, really great for putting behind something. Now it's almost a negative space image because your polish is going to cover a lot, so be careful about what kind of polish you want to put this under. But this would be a great way to show off if there's like a stamping polish color that you really want to play with and you really want to be able to layer something over it. This would be a great way to do it. Love this again, almost has like a scribbled feel to it, so very kind of textural to me. This one is very flowery and whimsical. It almost has a heart feel to it in the way the swirls go, so I think that would pair great with anything you're going to do with hearts. Valentine's manis, I think that would be really cute and adorable with. I love things like this. You can go two ways. I feel like there's with this one over here and then this one over here, I feel like there's two ways you can go with those. You can go really bold, like white over black, or red over black, or something like that. Or you can go tone on tone, and I think you get a really kind of cool, subtle effect with that. So those are the kind of two ways I would go with that. This one I love because it's layering. So instead of just getting two colors to your chevrons, you can get three. So you can stamp those thin ones over there. And you can actually, you can alter how you layer it. So you could layer this in between. Or you could you can layer it, I'll have to try it out and make sure the spacing is right, but I would imagine you can layer it on top of this. So if you wanted a thin third color to go over the second color. This is a chevron only in kind of like the way the patterns are laid out, almost like a visual effect, and I love that she played with these shapes here. Now this is more of a traditional chevron that you think of, but it's got the stripes on there, so play around with that again with your colors. Keep in mind that your color is going to go show through there, but you could do cool things like with a decal. You could go under here and paint this with a different color behind, so you've essentially got three colors. You could also go through and you could, like make a decal and put a different color behind that so it shows through. You could certainly do that with this one here and this one there too. So if you want this stripe and this stripe to be one color and that stripe to not have that color, you can get a third one in there. So I would love this in like black stamped over white, and then if with the decal you've got your red stripes going on there. I think that would look really cool. And this one, you've got this look like it's the chevrons fading away out into the distance. And this reminds me of like the Rick Rack patterns that used to be really popular way back in the day on especially like little kids' dresses. I think this goes well with any sort of kind of whimsical mani that you do. So any kind of, especially like with Christmas, you could do reds and greens and have like with your Santa Clauses or your little elves. I think that would look cute. This almost has a knitting feel to this chevron. It's coming up Christmas time while I'm recording this, so any kind of Christmas manicure that you're doing, if you want it with those ugly sweater images, if you want to mix and match with something that gives it a textural feel like of a sweater, that would be fun. And this is sort of like scribbles to me, and I love that for texture across the background of anything you want to do. Again, I think it has kind of a romantic feel, so it would be great for Valentine's Day manis when I look at that sort of an image. Another thing I want to also remind you of, anytime you've got these free edges like you have on this chevron, you've got something that's perfect for French manicures, so play around with that. because you don't have that stark line going across and you get more of that chevron effect. All right, so UberChic Beauty's full nail images are 1.7 centimeters by 2.1 centimeters. And just to give you a feel for what you're dealing with here, there are the sizes of those images going across there. And there's your inches, even though they're upside down, but you get the point. All right, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Plummet and my clear stamper. And for my second layer, I'm going to use Retail Therapy. So those are the finest lines on the plate, and they are gorgeous. And there those are, gorgeous. And there's that second layer. Now you're probably not going to want those two colors together, but I kind of like them actually. I think it's kind of cool. There's one of the big bold images. And on the nail, gorgeous. Visual illusion, very cool. And on the nail. And there's the swirly ones. I love that. And on the nail. And there are those super fine lines. Oh, so perfect on the nail. Gorgeous. So excellent quality on all of these different kinds of images on here. As usual from UberChic Beauty. I will link down below, and thank you for watching.